Hey, what's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to take a look at a fighter by the name of Gene Ace Armstrong. We're continuing the African-American fight series. And this fighter is from Elizabeth, New Jersey. He was a middleweight. He was born January 7th, 1932, from Picksville, Georgia. He stood 5'9". Now let's take a look at some of the fighters that he faced during the time of his career. In 1955, July 6th is when he began his professional career. He fought a fighter by the name of Jimmy Skinner in New York and defeated him in 4 rounds. On August 22nd, he fought Ted Danner in New York and he defeated him in 4 rounds. September 12th, Dick Laurie, New York, defeated him in 4 rounds. October 3rd, Destino Lois in New York and defeated him in 4 rounds. Now, that was 4 fights in the year of 1955. He had 2 fights in the year of 1956. Let's go through them. June 15th, Otis Woodard, New York, defeated him in 4 rounds. December 7th, George Chimity in New York and defeated him in 6 rounds. But I want to get to 1957. He had all victories, as you can see, 1 knockout, the rest wins. So he was moving up the ranks from 4 rounds to 6 rounds, 8 rounds, then 10 rounds. 1958, he would fight Charlie Joseph. Now, Charlie Joseph was a phenomenal middleweight. He was a very, very good middleweight, Charlie Joseph. February 17th, he would face Charlie Joseph in New York and defeat him in 10 rounds. I had talked to you about Rory Calhoun and one of his bios. On August 8th, he would face Rory Calhoun. As you can see, Rory Calhoun was a very good fighter. And New York defeated him in 10 rounds. So that goes to show you the quality of tools that Gene Ace Armstrong had in order to pull off that victory over Rory Calhoun and Charlie Joseph. 2 phenomenal middleweights. 1959, January 9th, he would face Eddie Dixon, another good fighter. New York, defeat him in 10 rounds. He would face Dick Tiger on September 2nd, 1959, and lose to him in 10 rounds. Now let's take a look at something. I just wanted to count up. On his 17th fight, he would face Dick Tiger in Camden. And he would lose to him in 10 rounds, but he fought Dick Tiger in his 17th fight. December 16th, he would face Rudy Ellis in Camden, New Jersey. He would defeat him in 10 rounds. 1960, he would face Dick Tiger once again on February 24th. And he would lose to him again in 10 rounds, this time in Chicago. But just goes to show you the type of fighters you had out there. They would be challenging anyone. I commend him for that. September 21st, Ernie Buford. Ernie Buford was a very good fighter in Chicago, a 10-round draw. Henry Hank, another good fighter. November 17th, New York, he would defeat him in 10 rounds. So that was a good win. 1961, February 18th, he kept getting in there with Dick Tiger. New York, this time he was stopped in 9 rounds. So salute to Gene Ace Armstrong. This is what I'm talking about. You get in there and while you're in your prime in your career, you're supposed to fight all the fighters that you can possibly fight. If they say they're the man, you're supposed to get in there and have them prove it. And that's what a lot of these fighters did. And that's the only thing I'm saying to fighters today. When you get in there with a fighter, you make them prove who they say they are. But first thing is you have to get in there with them. And, I can't make myself any more clear enough. I try to show you a lot of the fight records of these fighters to make my point clear. But at the end of the day, your career will be over at some point. You're going to be looking back in the history books. You're going to see your name. And you didn't fight a lot of the top fighters that were in your class. You may not feel that way, but your kids' friends that look at your record, they're going to say, this guy didn't fight him. He didn't fight him. So while you have an opportunity, make sure you fight every fighter that says that they're the man and you take care of business. This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Salute to Gene Ace Armstrong and my Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series, African American Fight series. Salute.